Honestly, I struggle with trying to figure out is so this whole reciprocity project, it is a big, it makes no money. I'm going to tell you that right up the get-go. And, I struggle with trying to figure out, first of all, I can't figure out how to turn it around. Um, but the bigger thing is if I quit and if I stop, um, what does that say? What does that show to the rest of the world? And I worry about that with thinking about, my kids, if they see this and when they see that things are tough and it doesn't work out, should you quit? And I think like a lot of things in this world are that way, that they don't make sense for many, many years. I mean, think about education. It does not make sense, right? We're sitting here training people, sending them to get even a higher or even just a high school degree. They're taking, 12 years or however long it takes to get that high school degree. They're making no money for 12 years. And then they don't become a productive member of society where they're actually providing any sort of value until they're in their 40s and probably 50s. And I know that seems like crazy to think about, but I want you to think about the economics of this. It's extraordinarily expensive to educate people. And then from there, you don't get any benefit. For the first 10 years, you're kind of goofing off. Or you just don't know anything. And so you're at least into your mid-30s that you're actually providing value to other people. And I want you to sort of think about that, is everything is set up that way, that when you do something to create value and to make something magical, it's not something that happens overnight. These stories that are told that it should be and it's all over the popular press, and I think it's just absolutely wrong, where the depiction is you should be making money right from the get-go, and it's just absolutely wrong and doesn't make any sense in terms of practicality, because if you do that, then it's all going to be just practical things that you do that essentially for any long-run success, you're really just doing things that are very simple and they may not provide value. Now, I really struggle with that because they do provide value. And yeah, you can do extraordinary things if you're mowing lawns, and it could be, you could babysit and become, make $100,000 a year by doing these things. If you build up a business around babysitting or lawn mowing or whatever, and yet they're not really, they'll always be around, but they're not really moving the dial. And those things that move the dial, like sort of push things forward, they don't make any practical sense. And this is where I struggle with, is like, man, am I insane? Like, is this, what am I doing here? Like this, I don't know any, if there's a magical venture capitalist that exists, that's great. And a magical venture capitalist that is not only nice, that is willing to work with you or some magical grant that's even better, right? Some magical grant that exists that it could sprinkle grant money and change things. And then I use government funds, public funds instead of my own funds. I think about all of this, and all of those things, I'm making fun of them because they don't exist. They just flat out don't exist, right? And it is people that don't understand, they're not there, they're not in it, that will talk about these things, get a grant or venture capital or whatever. Like, come on, who do you know that can do that of your friends? I want you to actually really think about this. And you right? This is always stuff in business school classes. And I'm always like, because that's the first answer. Everybody says, go get venture capital, go get a grant. And I say, okay, you do that. You as this person right now, where do you go? What do you do? Nobody knows. I want you to think about that is, I don't know, what's the trade-off? What, is it good to keep doing things and being insane? I don't know. This is the challenge that I face. And frankly, I just don't know. I mean, they're insane. We're visionary, and they're both the same thing. All right, take care. And have a wonderful day.